Grand Rising, good people. Are you ready for the Astro-Weather week? Uranus and Gemini is here. July 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, Sagittarius, Capricorn moon, and the Capricorn full moon. We're walking into a new reality and a new earth. Let's talk about it. Grand Rising. What's the deal? Little late today. Big E Astrology, Eric Taylor. Whoa, Uranus and Gemini came in the middle of the night while we were sleeping. And me and wifey, our dreams were wild. How you feeling? Well, we're looking at 10 a.m. and Pacific at 1, sorry, I can't talk. I'm still a little sluggish. 1 p.m. Eastern today. The moon's at 9 degrees. We'll finish up around 16 on the West Coast and probably 15 on the East Coast. The moon's in Sagittarius, Uranus is in Gemini until November 7th. My newsletter's coming out later today. You can still go to BigEAstrology.com and sign up to receive it. Just a couple of announcements. Coffee Talk is this Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, 2 hours. $22. And this is a powerful coffee talk because I'm going to be talking about Mercury retrograde starting on the 18th, some places Pacific the 17th, to about August 10th or 11th. And that is the first Mercury retrograde in our lifetimes with Uranus and Gemini and Pluto and Aquarius. It's going to vibrate a little differently. Right? This Uranus and Gemini is going to expand our lung capacity, change our speech, communications, technology, our consciousness. This is the new earth. This is time to walk into ascension into the 5D. This is a new reality and building a new legacy and reality with the Capricorn full moon on Thursday. Thursday, I'll be live for episode 358, 8 p.m. Eastern. Of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast with Miss Anjani Segrest, breaking down Chiron, the wounded healer, through the signs. And that'll be a little preview to our workshop webinar on August 16th. I'm still going to figure out the time, where Anjani Segrest and I will be presenting, the Chiron, dealing with the wounding and then becoming the transformative healer and answering your specific questions in terms of how to work with your Chiron based on your placement, sign, and house. So you don't want to miss it. It's only going to be $28, and it's going to be powerful. So this will be probably a 2-hour event, and it's just going to be a great workshop and webinar. And then, backtracking, Rebecca Videnoff and I in the Akasha and BigEAstrology, Friday, August 1st, sort of the same time that day when Trump is kind of extended the tariffs, right? Rebecca Videnoff and I will be tapping into the Akashic records and astrology in terms of how to help you navigate these energies and these transits for our ascension. So you don't want to miss that. It's going to be powerful, and that's $44. We'll be probably doing some readings, tapping into the energies, and Rebecca's amazing. So August 1st, and then I'll get to the third one. That's going to be with Debbie Solaris on September 13th, where we're going to be just doing basically live readings for everybody that comes. So that's going to be awesome. So August 1st, Rebecca Videnoff. The link is will be in my newsletter. It's on my YouTube page, Instagram, but you can go to in the Akasha and go sign up with Rebecca Videnoff. It's going to be a powerful event. Okay. So yeah. August 1st and August 16th, Friday and then Saturday, all right? So, but come to Coffee Talk, Eric at BigEAstrology.com, because not only Mercury retrograde, 2 hours, $22, you can volunteer your chart, your natal birth chart, to be read. And it'll be read, blind reading by the group. I reveal who it is at the end, and then we get instant feedback. You share what you want about your life. And it's a powerful experience. Can be very emotional too. So let's talk about the Sagittarius moon, and get into it, and we'll look at the chart. Mercury is moving along in Leo. Jupiter and the Sun are dancing in Cancer. Neptune went retrograde on July 4th. How you been feeling with that? When the planet is retrograde, it's closer to the Earth, so it can affect you more. So things around dreams, spirituality, illusion, confusion, deception. But you can really tap into your spiritual practice and really get it synced in the way you need to. 30 minutes to an hour a day of meditation, hiking, walking, yoga, breath work, mindfulness, stillness. Uranus, Gemini, the anxiety in the nervous system is going to be powerful. Wifey had anxiety like 3, 4 in the morning. So, this is something that you really want to pay attention to in these times. Let's get to the chart. Astro-Weather Week, Big E Astrology. Yo, make it happen. Monday, the day of the moon. Happy Cancer season. Shout out to all my Cancer, Sun, Moon risings. Hit me up, Eric at BigEAstrology.com for the Cancer birth chart sale, either 206 or 305. You definitely want to take advantage of this. Natal birth chart, solar return or secondary progression. Super beneficial. You may not be the Cancer anymore. You could be a Leo, Virgo, OG, Libra. So like I said, this Sag moon, 9 degrees. It's trining the Mercury, okay? You see Mercury is at 11, so you're going to feel that, most of the day. It's real strong from like now, I would say 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern, all the way up to about 5 or 6. You'll feel it pretty strong today. And that's your analytical, logical mind and your emotional mind kind of in sync through movement. It's Monday, a day of introspection, but we got to move our physical bodies today. We got to move all this new energy with this Uranus in Gemini. It's a lot. It can be very heavy, and Uranus is coming in conjunct Venus. So there could be some fluctuations today in the stock market. A lot of things around arts, culture, and entertainment. My prayers go out to everybody in Texas. There's well over 80 lives lost over the weekend down there in Mystic and Hunt and Caravel, I believe. So it's a little above San Antonio, extreme flooding. It was just terrible. I don't know, it just hit me, especially with the young girls at camp. Jupiter, the emotional intelligence is expanding along with our consciousness. So this is a time with this Gemini Cancer heavy dose of energy. We really want to tap in, right? We got a lineup from Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. That's like who's the major players right now. And of course, Aries and Pisces are still in there. But the South Node and Mars and Virgo, Mars is sextiling the Sun, okay, and squaring the Moon today. So, they're trying to get ceasefires. Benjamin Bibi, I can never say his full name, Benjamin Netanyahu, will be here tonight in D.C. till, I think, Thursday. They're trying to negotiate to get a ceasefire. They need to it needs to end. This is going to be coming up on 2 years, starting the 3rd year. I mean, I don't know. So it's kind of wild when you think about it. So yeah, 2 years in October. And, NFL training camps are getting ready to start up in a couple of weeks. NBA Summer League and free agency still going along. Kevin Durant trade's official. I guess it turned out to be 7 teams. Phoenix Suns may get rid of Bradley Beal today, buy him out. And still rumors about LeBron James to the Knicks. I do not want that. And my Yankees finally won a game, but lost 2 out of 3 to the New York Mets. So remember, Neptune's retrograde. Saturn, this is the closest they're going to be this year on July 15th. And then July 13th, Mercury goes retrograde. Okay? Now, 18th. Saturn goes retrograde. And then later on this month, Chiron. Saturn re-enters Pisces September 1st. And Neptune re-enters on October 22nd. So it's a slow retrograde, okay? But July is going to be a month of really, with Mercury and all the, 4 planets, and including Pluto, 5 planets, if you want to include Chiron as a planet, in retrograde, July turns out to be a month of coming home to your physical body and yourself. We've got to spend a lot of time grounding, but get out there in the sun, get the light codes, get the energy and the frequencies. It's really going to help you. This is a moon day, and with the moon in Sagittarius, you need to move your hips and thighs. So go outside, go to the pool, the beach, get some of the sun. It's 107 here, so I'm going to get out there real quick and then get back inside. And maybe do some sun gazing at sunset. The nodes shifted again, 20 degrees. So just know with this Capricorn full moon coming Thursday, I think it's 4:37 p.m. Eastern, put your crystals out Wednesday night and your moon water, okay? And sign up for that newsletter so you could, get the tips and get the breakdowns of both these energies for the nervous system, Uranus, Gemini, and the Capricorn full moon. So I think I did a really good job in the newsletter, and Wifey's putting that together for me, and we'll get that out to you today. But enjoy your Monday and expand and be willing this mutable energy, right? Because what we're going to be feeling with this Venus, Mars, Sag moon, it's a mutable fixed, it's a mutable T-square. And so, with Venus, Uranus, and the moon, and Mars and the moon and Sag, it's pointing, the T-square points to Mars. And so we have to use our analytical and logical mind and logistics and problem solving to focus on our health and nutrition, to be able to calm the nervous system, central and autonomic, and to ground into our bodies. Okay, you want to take care of your digestion. Just because it's summer, don't overload on the meat and soda and crap. Eat the high vibrational fruits, the solar energy. We're electromagnetic beings. Get the electrical charged fruits and veggies. Tap into your melons. About to have some watermelon this morning. Okay, so I love you. Let's get to Tuesday. And happy birthday to my Aunt Bai. RIP, missed you, lost you in 04. 21 years ago. Oh my gosh. I remember it like it was yesterday. She was amazing and like a second mother to me. And I honor her all the time and talk to her all the time. So I love you. Bye. Barbara Burnett. You were the best. All right, let's get to Tuesday, July, can you imagine? The 8th. BigEAstro. Martez is here. All right, Tuesday, July 8th, back to 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, and the Sag moon, ladies and gentlemen. So the moon, right, now is at 21 degrees. We'll finish up at 27 on the West Coast, 28 on the East Coast. Okay, so we'll be awakening tomorrow, Wednesday, with the Capricorn moon. Because remember, the full moon's at 18 degrees. So at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon tomorrow, let's see, 27, 28, we should probably be at 3 or 4 degrees for the Capricorn moon on Wednesday. And that's my moon. So Sagittarius, Sag moon. We see Uranus and Venus dancing in Gemini. This is a social energy, flirty, friendly. Go for walks with your crystals. Uranus is not only going to expand the consciousness, you're going to see a lot of things around technology. Innovative ways to activate your throat chakra, third eye, and crown, and to tap in with the crystals, going for walks in nature. Have the crystals with you. Right? And we got to really be more conscious of our breath right? Uranus and Gemini Sun, Moon, Risings, please hit me up. You need a birth chart reading. Um, this energy is really, and even you Cancer and Taurus risings, Cancer risings, Uranus will be in your 12th house. Dreams are going to be off the charts from July to November, and then the next 7 years, starting April 2026, okay? And then Taurus risings, your second house. So your intuition and speech is going to be really unique and different, and how you earn money. A lot of technology is going to be at your fingertips. So definitely reach out. This is a good time for booking transit readings or solar returns, things like that, or a natal birth chart if you've never done one. So that Cancer Sun is moving along in the second decan, 16 degrees. The Sag Moon is going to be trining Chiron today, the wounded healer, on Tuesday the 8th. And, you'll feel that more so in the evening, but you're starting to feel the trine now, 5-degree orb, 6-degree, you'll feel it. And this is, expanding and zooming out, where you can really tap in and say, you know what, I can properly initiate and assert myself, right? I've done the work. I have the experience. I'm working on healing the inner child to really be who my soul selected for me to be in this incarnation, in this lifetime. And don't take that lightly. I was talking to my boys about that last night. Like, watch what you consume, right? You don't want to be watching things like Love Island and stuff like that. This is not about family. This is about hookup culture, and it's not beneficial. The seed of life, this is why Venus is in its planetary joy. Venus is sperm, the seed, in its fifth house. The fifth house is creativity, but it's also fun sex. It's your heart chakra. That's how you reflect back to God, source, creator. And so when you really think about that sexual energy is our creative energy, and it's how we create life, right? We also give life to things like poems and rhymes and songs and paintings and sculpture and dance. You give birth. That's how men give birth. Women, it's birthing a child, but through your creativity and heart chakra, reflecting back to that Leo energy, that's why Venus is in its planetary joy there. Okay? So this is really important, okay? So Chiron, tapping into that, and the Sag Moon, this is that really powerful opportunity, okay? Tuesday is the day of the planet Mars, so you want to be active and move your physical body. And Mars is, conjunct Orcus, which is about investigating the truth, So there's still different things to research and find out about health and nutrition, right? Always check with your doctor. But, even this Mercury dancing at 12 degrees, it's in the second decan. So that is the Leo, right? Sag decan. So from our heart, we have to be willing to expand our consciousness and speak the truth, right? Remember, Sag is the truth seeker, Scorpio's the truth speaker, okay? And, I think we have a lot of opportunities to, grow and expand that we haven't had with these outer planets. When you're dealing with Pluto, Aquarius, now down to 2 degrees, and you're dealing, trining Uranus, you're really, through your communications, and get back to journaling. Mars, Tuesday, lift your weights. I'll be working on that video soon. This is bench press, shoulder press, tricep, biceps. Really take care of yourself. I feel like we got to prepare for something, because something's coming. Between now and the eclipses, anything can happen. Okay? I am not about any type of fear, faith over fear, but I'm also about being smart and always ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so why wouldn't you want to improve your health? Why wouldn't you want to improve your spiritual discipline? That's a better question to ask yourself, right? I'm honest with you. I'm not perfect, but I do some sort of grounding and meditating every day. Some days it's 5, 7 minutes. Some days I can get to 30, 45. Many days do I get to an hour? No, I need to. I've got to do better. I'm talking to me too. Okay, but you know me, I'm a workaholic, so that's part of it too. And it's so hot. Now, I can meditate inside. I just prefer as a Cap moon and a Virgo sun and the Virgo stellium to meditate and ground outside in nature. But it's harder in the summer, so I got to do it inside. I'm going to get on the carpet and get in my prayer closet. So tap into the Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. And Mars is getting closer to being in a conjunction to the Virgo South Node. So you're going to start to feel that energy now. And that means there's some things that can come up, some past arguments or enemies, some, old things about property or real estate, some things you need to fix and assess and repair, right? We just had to do some work on the AC units a little while ago. There's things in the house I got to fix and repair. But I also need the dinero. So make sure you come to Coffee Talk and book the Cancer birth charts in. or just, But listen, explore my website, BigEAstrology.com. I've got the 5D chart. I've got soul unconscious birth chart. That connects to the gene keys 88 days before your birth when your soul, came into formation. It's a powerful chart. It's a new birth date, new sun, moon, and rising probably. I have the moon tracking chart, business birth chart. If you want to start, relationships, industry compatibility, or just a mini love or mini career. There's so many services that I offer that are really, I'm just here to help the collective. And I really appreciate anybody that watches me and my channel, my videos, with a lot of gratitude. All right. I love you. And, let's get to Wednesday, July 9th with that Capricorn moon. Should be anywhere from 3 to 5 degrees. I'm going to say 4 degrees. Big astrology. Pew. Wake up Wednesday, the day of Mercury. My name is E Complete. I spit the poetry. Easily, naturally, you don't want to mess with me. My verbal gerbils make you feel like Urkel. And then you start saying that I do that, rat-a-tat-tat. Bring the mental bat on the microphone, don't make me bring the gat. So, Wednesday, the moon's in Capricorn, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, and 3 degrees. Okay, but I said maybe 3 or 4. So 3 degrees will get you to 9 degrees on the East Coast, 10 degrees tonight, Wednesday night, July 9th, right? And that prepares you. So when you wake up tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, right? From 9 degrees, 10, it will get to about 6, should be at 16. And then 4:37, it'll be at 18 degrees in 50 minutes. There is the Capricorn full moon. See how it works? So, it moves 6 degrees every 12 hours. Cap moon, grounding, the forest, the jungle. This Cap moon will be opposing Jupiter today, on Wednesday. And, this is where we need to kind of find the safety and security into our abundance. And not just claim it and speak it, but know that we're abundant. Know that we are whole, right? Manifest with intention. And because you feel, therefore you know. Jupiter in Cancer is about us coming home to our physical bodies and to our hearts and our emotions, and knowing that it's okay to be an emotional, sensitive being with feelings. That's how you know you're alive. Okay? So let this sun charge you up. You don't want to hide from the sun. They tell you that it's all this bad. No, the sun is the bringer of life. I mean, come on. Right? In the Vedic, it's Jyotish. The sun is light. the light of the earth. So tap into these frequencies and these planets and put on these new clothes and understand who you are. The Cap Moon will, like I said, finish up at around 9-10. So you'll start to feel that trine to Virgo as you're going to bed, but as you're also, sleeping. So Moon trine Mars can be really nice for exploring in your dreams. And, write the dream book, keep the dream book. Now with Uranus and Gemini, hey, fixed signs, how you feeling? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It's a little break. We got nothing dancing in Taurus for a bit, just algo, right? Midheaven in this chart, but that's nice. The Neptune retrograde, nothing else this week, but the nodes at 20, Pluto's at 2. We forgot to check in with Lilith. So, Lilith and Scorpio, okay? Now, just remember on this magical Wednesday, it's the lungs and breath work, okay? We still got the Juno, but you see it's starting to, get back to moving forward so it can go to Sag. But the Lilith in Scorpio, it is trining the Jupiter. And so our emotional, Wednesday may be a good day to really tap into the root chakra, get the shungai, get the crystals, and get into the bath, almost that you're like sort of purifying and cleansing before this new moon. So you can manifest and build this new earth and new reality on earth with new expanded consciousness. Gaia, Mother Earth, and our DNA in our body is literally changing. You're not going to get this on the regular news, but this is, as I say, science and spirituality, but science catches up to spirituality. But the sun emits solar flares, M class, X class. I had a client ask me, I don't know the best website, but you can search, but I do follow some creators who are really tapped into that, like I think it's Roxanne from Earth 1111. She's brilliant. I'd love to get her on a podcast. If you watch, tell her, hey, come on, BigEAstro, Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. But yeah, these solar flares are affecting our planet, and you have to feel these upgrades. You've never experienced Uranus and Gemini, Pluto and Aquarius, Saturn and Neptune and Aries. This is the energy, this is the preview of the energy that we'll have until 2029, 2039, and 2044. So tap in and pay attention to how you're feeling. I would do a lot of journaling from now until September 1st. You just know, and look back on it in April and February of 2026. But this is a good way, especially Wednesday, this is a good prompt to do for journaling, to check in, where you at mentally, emotionally, how you are with your meditation practice, your intuition. Scorpio Lilith, you want to tap into your root chakra and your intuition, okay? And I really encourage you. So have a good Wednesday. Breathe, walk, jump rope, do some jogging, running. And Cancer sun is now 17 degrees. So see, Thursday, Friday. So on the Astro-Weather weekend, it will get to the third and final decan, which is the Cancer Pisces decan. Okay, that's going to be on Saturday, and then finish out Cancer season. Can you imagine that 2025, we're already in July, the 7th month? It's hard to believe. The year is more than half over, and the clock is just moving. It's really wild to me. All right, let's get to Thursday. Enjoy the Astro-Weather for Wednesday, July 9th, and that Cat Moon getting to about 10 degrees. So we should see it tomorrow, 12 noon Thursday, at about 16 degrees as we get ready for this Capricorn full moon. Big Astrology. Pew! Try it Thursday. What's the deal? 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, July 10th. Happy Capricorn full moon. You can put out your crystals and moon water in the morning. I just suggest doing it Wednesday night. So you get a little bit of that moonlight, and then the full moon's during the day. Okay, 4:37 p.m. Eastern. So this is 12 noon, so just 4 hours and 37 minutes from now on Thursday. And that Cat Moon, as I said, will be rocking. And here we go. Cat Moon, how you feeling? 16 degrees, just like I said. So remember, the full moon's at 18 degrees in 50 minutes, so it's almost 19 degrees. So, that in itself is a Virgo degree, the Cap full moon. Go watch my video. I put that up on, YouTube, and I think that I did a good job breaking that down. But this Cap moon and this Cap full moon on Thursday, you really want to think about what is Capricorn energy. It's Cancer season, and the full moon will be at 18 degrees, and so this Cap moon is trining, right, the Virgo South Node and Mars. Okay, and that's telling you that there's some things that we have to focus on initiating spiritually, and that we need to cut. The South Node, K2, and Mars both cut, separate, and divide, right? And this is a way to tap in emotionally to your dogs and cats that have passed away. The South Node, right, connected to the dogs, and the Mars to the cats. So that's kind of beautiful, and nature and the earth. And the Cancer feeling the emotions, because we all lose pets. Even, hey, we lost our bearded dragon. And, you just want to honor them because they do have souls. And Goldie girl, I got emotional. She was amazing. She was really good with my mother and helped William at a time when he had his concussion, and just was a blessing to our family. And it was really hard losing her a few months back. And yeah, it was tough before the end of the school year. I think it was April when we lost her. And just rough, you know what I mean? But I thank God for the years and the time we had with her, because she wasn't just a regular bearded dragon. You'd call her name and she'd turn her head. She was like a dog or so, you know what I mean? And I've never had a dog, but my mom had two cats, and I remember when they passed away, and I was connected to them as well. Sam and Samantha, their brother and sister. But so think about that for this full moon, right? But also think about just this is a time to have this harmonious flow and energy where we can release and we can build into a new version of ourselves. And we've got the support. Pluto in Aquarius, transmuting out. Uranus in Gemini, expanding your mind and thought and consciousness. Think bigger, dream bigger. You're amazing. No more hiding and playing small. I encourage all of you. That's why you should make sure you join, sign up. www.community.bigeastrology.com. Join my community. Become a tribe member. Learn with us, not just from me, from all these amazing people. We have Missy's Mysteries in there, Paris Williams, Numeralytics, Queen Bee, all these contributors, but even all my tribe members are so smart and intelligent and gifted and talented. And, there's 30 people in there now total. And, that's including me and wifey, and it's awesome. And there's more joining in the next week or two. So I'm just so excited. You don't want to miss out. And September, I think I'm going to do it on the equinox, but I'm going to raise the prices. So the minimum price, the basic, where you do get discounts from, Sabale Pure, 20% off. My podcast guest, Life the Plant Way, 15% off. These are big sales. Okay, and there's others offering discounts, but then that's going to be from 5. That's going to go up to $9 a month. Okay, and then the $18 membership, that's going to increase, and so that may go up to $25. I'm debating between 23 and 25, but this is because you have to remember, you're already saving. The coffee talks are 22 and 13. I'm not changing those. But if you are the premium membership for $18 a month, and people who signed up already, you get to stay, you get godfathered in at that amount. So that's what I'm telling people, sign up before the equinox, right? I was going to do it around my birthday, but I'm going to let you rock for Virgo season. And the equinox, Libra season to start, right? We got to initiate a new relationship. And, it'll probably be like $23 or $25 because you're already saving, right? Now $17, but even if it's 25, you're saving $10 just on the monthly coffee talks, which is so much fun and information. And even if you don't make it live, you get it in your mailbox. You get discounts on all my services, 10% off of all my services. And after being in the community for a full year, you can get half off of a full birth chart reading, natal chart, solar return, unconscious soul chart, or secondary progression. So you're saving from $250 down to $175. That's huge. Okay, so I'm trying to build something and share something. We have 2 monthly meetings a month on Zoom, but we're doing other things, right? We've got Hope and Steven. They're going to be doing a whole little breakdown on tarot and doing tarot readings. I may do something, for the tribe members, breaking down something around the chart or Jupiter or just something, or really just hosting and asking, personal chart questions. So, whatever it is, but we're going to be doing different events, and this community is just going to expand and grow. And I know it's the summer, so, people are busy. People can't always contribute as much as they want to. Things will get bigger and better once the school year gets back in effect September. Now, over here, we go back to school in August, but I know most of the country goes back after Labor Day. Some places start in early or mid-August in the Southeast, and some places on the West Coast, like us in Arizona. So enjoy this Capricorn full moon. Become a tribe member. Take advantage of the Cancer birth chart sale. Come to Coffee Talk, but come home to yourself. And remember, you are building a legacy, right? I think in the future, I'm thinking about my grandchildren that aren't even born yet. What am I doing today so that I can health-wise be there for my grandkids, but also be there with emotional, financial, and spiritual support that I pour into my children now, that it will beget, and that I will be there to assist, to pour into my grandchildren. This is the Capricorn full moon. Okay? Think about that. I love you. Enjoy. Lilith is trining Jupiter, for this full moon as well. So really heighten into your intuition, expanding your wisdom, beliefs, and consciousness. Pluto's trining Uranus and Venus. Yeah, there's a lot of transformation to be had. And there's a lot of energetic support to build the new version of you, but to walk into the new earth, the ascension. Go back and watch Total Recall in the Matrix. It makes a lot more sense now where we're at in this world. Okay? I love you. Capricorn full moon, Thursday, Astro-Weather week, July 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, BigEAstro Astrology. That was a fun Astro-Weather week. July 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. A lot going on, Lucy. Uranus and Gemini, Capricorn full moon, Cancer season. reach out. Coffee Talk, birth chart sale, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Coffee Talk is this Saturday, so sign up this week. 2 hours, $22. You can book it on the website. And then I also have ready Coffee Talk for the second mini Coffee Talk. That'll be next Friday, right? July 18th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 65 minutes, only $13. We'll be reading the natal birth chart of the champ, Iron Mike Tyson, who was born on my anniversary, June 30th, just turned 62. So that's going to be fascinating. He's had an amazing, fascinating life. Wild adventures and stories. I think a father of 7 kids and he lost one, so I think he's got 6 left. I think 2 or 3 siblings. And just an amazing warrior. Very complex human being. Misjudged. So you don't want to miss that Coffee Talk. And then obviously this Saturday, 12 noon Eastern, Mercury Retrograde, 2 hours, $22. You could book them on BigEAstrology.com, but also email me and offer up your chart, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. So make sure you let me know, hey, I'm coming to Coffee Talk and I want my chart to be read by the group. You will regret it. It's super fun. So I'll see you Thursday night with Anjani Seagrass, episode 358. Can you imagine? 358 podcasts? I'm doing it, Sometimes I tell you guys, you got to pat yourself on the back and celebrate yourself. I'm proud of myself. That's something. Just imagine when I get to 400. But at 300, I had my brother, Lloyd Strayhorn, on, and it just organically happened. And that was beautiful. So I salute, Baba Lloyd, and that was great. And I wonder who my guest will be for 400. I don't know. 400, I may have to just interview me. We'll see. So, Eric Taylor, BigE Astrology, and Astro-Weather Week, July 7th to the 10th. R.I.P. Mom Barbara and Aunt Vi, and happy birthday to all you Cancers. And pray for those souls in Texas, also Maryland. July 4th weekend, I told you, right? You watch my Astro-Weather. I make some predictions. And just know now with Uranus and Gemini, a lot of new things are going to be coming up around communications and changes. And hopefully some real long-lasting peace talks. We can all pray for peace. I love you. Astro-Weather Week, BigE Astrology. See you Thursday night. See you Saturday. And I'll see you in the cosmos. Peace. Oh! It's coming in August. I'm starting a new channel with Elena from Searchlight Tarot. We are combining astrology and tarot together. I don't want to tell you the title yet, but we're starting to work on that, and it'll be launching Virgo season, August 23rd and 24th, I believe. So strap your boots on and get ready. You don't want to miss that, and I hope you all come and subscribe. Quickly, right away. We're trying to grow it and blow it up, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, it's gonna be a little different, not just traditional tarot and astrology, although that's gonna be what we're talking about. But we're gonna combine it, and eventually we'll probably be interviewing people and bringing on guests. But we're gonna build it with just her and I first, and then we'll have some interesting people join us eventually. Okay. So stay tuned for that. Astro-Weather Week, BigE Astrology.